If you're like most people, you probably have at least one friend who freaks out over snakes. So today, we are going to talk about one of the most common snake myths, and hopefully help those of you afraid of snakes get over your fear. The myth is that snakes will chase you down if you enter their territory. In other words, they are aggressive by nature. This could not be further from the truth. One rule of snake safety is that if you see it, leave it alone. That being said, there are only 3 species of snakes that will actively seek you out. And even then, they aren't trying to eat you. They're just trying to get away from you. Those 3 species are the boomslang, the spitting cobra, and the hooded pit viper. And this behavior is only observed in these species when they feel threatened or harassed. In most cases, snakes would rather run away from you than stick around and be captured. For example, when we go out into the desert and we see an interesting rock formation or some other natural feature, we might walk towards it. But what if there's a snake basking on that rock? It's not uncommon for that snake to get spooked and try to escape before we even get close. There are plenty of videos online of people attempting to approach and catch desert horned vipers, only to have the snake flee up a tree or make a mad dash across the desert floor. So now that we know that snakes don't want to be captured, why do they sometimes bite people? Well, the answer to that question is simple. Sometimes, a snake will strike defensively. This is typically a response to an imminent threat, such as a human trying to capture or kill it. Sometimes snakes will bluff, charge you, or take a strike at you. This behavior is actually a form of communication, and it's the snake's way of saying, "Hey, back off. I don't want any trouble." If you see a snake doing this, just back away slowly and give it some space. Snakes can't really see that well. Their vision isn't very keen. So if you see a snake and it doesn't see you right away, it doesn't mean that it's getting ready to ambush you. It's more likely that it hasn't seen you yet, and it is trying to figure out what you are. The same thing happens with most animals that rely primarily on their other senses to gather information about their surroundings. For example, we often hear animals like deer or rabbits before we see them. This is because their hearing is much better than their vision. In the case of snakes, their sense of smell is much better than their vision. Snakes can pick up chemicals in the air with their tongues, and then they can use those chemicals to figure out what you are and decide whether or not you are a threat. Some snakes are also sensitive to vibrations. It's how they know when you're walking towards them before they can actually see you. It's important to remember that snakes are just trying to survive. They are constantly looking for food, water, and a safe place to lay their eggs. Most snakes are not aggressive towards humans unless they feel threatened or harassed. If you leave them alone, they will leave you alone. Snakes play an important role in our ecosystem. They help control populations of rodents and other small animals. They are also a food source for larger animals like birds and mammals. Snakes are an important part of our natural world, and we should appreciate them for all they do. If you're still afraid of snakes, that's okay. It's understandable. But maybe now you can see that your fear is based on misinformation, and that snakes are actually more afraid of you than you should be of them. We hope that we've helped you see snakes in a new light. If so, please share this video with your friends and family. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.